Oh, what's up, guys? You guys are stuck out here too. Well, listen, while we're together, why don't you hit that subscribe button for my Christmas gift from you guys alone. Merry Christmas. Hopefully it's Happy New Year soon enough. We can get 2020 behind us. But today I have something special for you guys, but I want to get inside quick so we can review it. We have the Booker's 2020-01 Granny Batch. This is an amazing product right here. So we're going to get inside. We're going to drink this up. Let's warm up. See you guys in there. So here we have it, the Booker's 2020. This is called the Granny Batch, and we'll get into that just in a second. I did pop this a little bit just to save us some time. Beautiful pop right there. Let's pour this up, and everybody knows before we get started, time for the traditional sip. Cheers. Oh man, that is good. So getting right off the bat here, before we even get into some of the information that I was going to give you, I had a whole thing prepared for the beginning of this. But taking this first sip, you can completely smell and taste the nuttiness that Jim Beam always offers. So this is obviously a Jim Beam product. So let's see here. Let's do a little family tree for you. Jim Beam had a daughter. That was Margaret No. Margaret Booker No. Margaret Booker No had Booker No. Frederick Booker No. And then Booker No had Fred No, which is where we're at now in the Jim Beam line. So this is called Granny's Batch. This is for Grandma No from Fred No himself. And like I said, you can really taste the Jim Beam and smell the Jim Beam in this right away. Not my favorite taste, the Jim Beam line, but you can really, it's unique. You can always almost taste that you're getting a Jim Beam product. But this one's exceptional right off the bat, I can tell you that. Drinkability, let me just tell you, says right on here everything you need to know. 126.4 proof, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, aged 6 years, 4 months, 21 days. So this again is the 2021 batch, 2020-01. We'll get a close-up of that for you. But this is an exceptional drink, and the greatest part about this is going to be the story we're going to get into on how it came to be, which is going to be our bourbon bomb of the week. But to get off the drinkability on this, 126.4 proof, phenomenal. This tastes better than some 90 or even some 80 proofs that I've drank. And I really want to get Riss down here for Riss's review. We'll see if she wants to do that tonight. But for 126 proof, this has got to be up there. Maybe cracking the 9s for the first time, because it's very, very smooth. You could sip this without anything in it. I wouldn't put water. I wouldn't put an ice cube in it or anything, because the flavors that we're going to get into in this, it would just kill it. This is delicious, exceptional drinkability. I'm going to give it a 9.1 on the drinkability scale, and that's the highest that I think we've ever given. I'll have to look back and see, but that's definitely up there for some of the highest. It's that good on drinkability. So the taste profile on this is actually exceptional as well. They do have that Jim Beam nuttiness that is always going to come with a Jim Beam product, and you can get that right off the smell and right off the taste right away. But the crazy part about this is considered a small batch. It comes from 2 different production lines, from 4 different warehouses and 6 different racks. I don't know if putting it on a different rack actually does anything as far as taste profile, but they're putting a lot of different products in this. I'll pop this right up on the board here so you can see it. But take a look at what they're doing to make this particular line. Now, that's why you're going to pay a little bit of a premium to get this. We'll get into price in a minute. But taste on this, if they could take a little bit of that nuttiness out, it would be one of my favorite tasting bourbons. But because of my actual taste preferences on this, it doesn't top some of the other bourbons that I've had, just because everything else is there. There's the vanilla, there's the caramel, there's the hit of oak at the end. Being a 6-year aged, it really gets an uncut, unfiltered, which really keeps that taste profile intact. So they're not cutting this with any water. They're not filtering it or anything. It's coming straight off the line to you. And again, it's smooth, long finish. A little bit of spice at the end. I'm assuming, like most Jim Beam products, there isn't. I don't think I found an exact mash bill on this. It's got to be up in the 70s, maybe like that 77, which is going to leave you like a 12, 13% for that rye content, which gives it a little bit of a rye spice too, which you can get. But everything else is very well balanced, very evenly balanced. Nothing stands out, nothing that I don't like about this, minus that nuttiness, which is just that Jim Beam character that you can't really get rid of. So as for taste on this, I'm going to give it like an 8.8 on the taste scale. And last but certainly not least, we're going to get into price on this. And the price on this may seem a little tough to you, but let me explain why I think it's fair. First of all, it's $85, $84.99. You're getting the aesthetics. The box is awesome. You got the Bookers on the side here. You got the Booker No on the back there. Love these boxes that they come in. They sit on the shelves very nicely. We actually just got a Knob Creek, the 15-year, the other day. Just everything about it looks awesome. They display very well. Also, you're getting a 6-year, almost 6.5-year aged bourbon. You're getting a 126.4 proof. So everything that you can ask for them to put a price tag on that is with this. We've had some other ones. They don't have the proof. They don't have the age, and they're still up in that $50, $60, $70 range. So for Jim Beam to put this out at $85, it did go up a little bit over the past couple of years, which I wish it would stay down in that, $65, $75 range. $85 is a little bit of a tough ask for some people, but I think with what you're getting on this product, it deserves to be up at that price. They could probably drop it a couple of bucks, but at least you're not getting a sourced bourbon. It's uncut, it's unfiltered, and it's high proof and it's high aged. So you're getting everything you want. It tastes good, and the proof is in the pudding. It's right there. It's an amazing product. So I'm going to give this like an 8.3 on the price scale, and I think it's fair to be that right in that middle average there. So let's see what that gets us. But in the meantime, let's send it over to the Bourbon Bomb of the Week while I add these scores up for you. So this week's Bourbon Bomb of the Week brought to you by Booker's itself. Obviously, we all know Jim Beam, the originator of the Jim Beam distillery. His grandson was Frederick Booker. No, that's who brings us the Booker line. And the way this got started, which is why I picked it for a Christmas special, is because he used to give this out as Christmas gifts. This didn't used to always be in production. He gave these out. He would bottle these. He would hand-pick his barrels, put it in bottles, and gave it to family, friends, and other big companies that were buying their product already. So there would only be a very limited release on that. Then it got a big name. Everybody wanted some. They tried it. They loved it. So they gave him the production of the Booker's line, and that's why we have it today. All for a Christmas gift. So go out, buy your whiskey lover a Christmas bottle like this. Frederick Booker, no, bringing us the Booker's line is our Bourbon Bomb of the Week. Cheers. Merry Christmas. That's right, Booker's greatest Christmas gift you can get. So if you don't already have a Christmas idea for your whiskey lover, I know today is Christmas, but I'm sure we can all get some holiday shopping done afterwards. Go out, grab them a bottle of Booker's. But in the meantime, you know what this did? It just topped number one on our list at an 8.733333. Repeating, we'll call it 8.73, and just went above Bowman Brothers, who has been up there for weeks and weeks. So we got to get ourselves into a little bourbon battle going right now to make sure Booker's deserve to be number one on the top list. So before we get into the bourbon battle here, I want to remind you guys, follow me on @BourbonOfTheWeek on Instagram every Tuesday before our video drops. This is a special, so it's on a Friday, but normally we drop videos Wednesday at 5 p.m. Every Tuesday before a video drops, I drop a picture of the bourbon that I'm going to be reviewing. You can go on there, you can comment a guess of what you think that bourbon's going to score. If you're the closest, you're going to win a prize. Not only a shout out on the channel, but one of 4 people each month, we're going to pick a prize for them. So our last contender for last month is going to be Nick Fornarikis. I hope I'm saying that right, Nick. But you win. You were very, very close to another contestant. 0.12 and 0.13 off. So congratulations to you. But let's get into this bourbon battle of the week. So here we have it in what we've all been waiting for. The Bowman Brothers Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey versus the Booker's in a head-to-head battle to make sure that the Booker's deserves to take that number one spot. We're going to get right into it right away. The Bowman Brothers being a 90 proof, and that's so smooth. I remember it being smooth before. I haven't had it in a while. Gave it an 8.8, I think, on the drinkability scale. So let's see if this deserves to be up higher than that at that 9.1. I could just tell you right off the bat, it does. It's a little bit more of an ethanol kick, but when you're talking a 36 proof difference, it deserves to be higher. We're going to give 1 point to the Booker's on the drinkability scale. Next, obviously, we're going to get into taste on this, and I can already tell you, when you taste this, it's delicious. It's got all your traditional flavors right in there. Nothing stands out, nothing overwhelms, very well balanced. But you can even smell the difference because this is uncut, unfiltered. It's just going to have a better taste profile. Jim Beam, again, not my favorite flavor when it comes to bourbon with that nuttiness, but this tastes almost watered down when you're comparing it to the Booker's. So without even tasting these two again off that last taste alone, I can tell you that the Booker's is going to win in the taste profile. I think I gave Bowman Brothers like an 8.4, and again, your very traditional, very good bourbon flavors. I think it deserves to still be at an 8.4, but you're not going to touch this Booker's when it comes to the flavor profile. So that's going to be 2-0 Booker's. And again, last but not least, it doesn't matter because it's already 2-0 and there's only one category left. Bowman's going to win price on this. A $35 bottle. You can't buy Booker's here. Rarely. When you do see it on the shelves, it's gone. So for $85, obviously spend the money when you see it. But if I'm looking for an everyday sipper, I'm looking for something I want to buy over and over again. Obviously, this is almost gone, but because it's only $35, I have a backup bottle. Both of these costing less than the Booker's. So obviously, Bowman Brothers is going to take it. I think I gave Bowman Brothers like a 9 or an 8.9 or a 9.0, while obviously this is down a little bit lower at that 8.3 area. So Bowman Brothers is going to win the price, but that's not going to matter because we do have a new winner at an 8.73 with our Bookers. A Christmas miracle, if you ask me. But that's how we're going to end it here. If you haven't gotten Booker's, try and find a bottle. You're going to love it. If you can get a couple, give them to family, give them to friends. They're going to love it. Keep it on your shelves. I'll never get rid of this box unless I get another bottle, just because of how cool looking it is. But that's where we're going to end it. Merry Christmas, guys. I hope you had a great day. Happy holidays. I'll see you next time next week on Wednesday. I know this is a Friday, so we'll see you again on Wednesday. Please don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. And as always, wash your hands. Pandemic ain't over, y'all. Although it is getting better. Proud of y'all. Cheers.